You are listening to a True North Eager Beaver Media Podcast. The True North Eager Beaver podcasts are proudly brought to you by our founding sponsors, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, your source for science fiction, fantasy, and cozy mysteries featuring a broad diversity of characters. CanadianTarot.com, your uniquely Canadian online eclectic tarot community and forum, and The Peppermaster, hot pepper sauces made from fresh farm ingredients to thrill your taste buds and expand your mind.
Well, good morning and hello, kids, and welcome to Season 3 and episode number 161 of the Daily Beaver Morning Show here on the Crier Media Network. Today, recording day is Wednesday, July 12th, 2023. And again, as you can see by the light coming through the window on my face, it is a sunny day here at the Beaver Lodge. I know that New England and upstate New York has been getting way too much rain. We could
10 inches in one day.
So that's like 2 months worth of rain in one day or
yeah.
something. We could have taken a couple of cupfuls around.
Yeah, that's excessive. 10 inches. That's about 17, 18 centimeters of rain. No, what am I saying? 20, 25, 26 centimeters of rain.
Yeah. And it's just like, and it hasn't, I mean, they keep on saying chances of thunderstorms, but like not a drop.
Oh no, we got hit with it last night here in Ottawa. Yeah.
Not here. It hasn't.
There's a lot of lightning.
In like solid 2 weeks, like good rain. We've had like a couple of drops here or there, but now everything for some reason where I am is like bypassing us.
Weird.
So it's, yeah, like we got smoke a little bit, but we got nothing like Ottawa, nothing like Toronto, nothing like, and then all that rain is just like passed under us. Even this winter, most of the snow, we didn't get much snow. Mm-hmm. All the snowstorms were hitting left, everywhere. It's weird. There's like this, I don't know if there's a microclimate here or something, but
so it would seem.
Yeah.
I have something.
Oh, hold on, not finished the introduction yet.
Oh no.
Oh,
I have something.
Oh.
I have a parcel I received in the mail. Let me just. I know you still got. Keep going. I'm just going to get this opened up here.
Unboxing. Okay. Normally we put things in people's boxes. The same. I'm your host, the Eager Beaver. I love a good box joke. I mean, come on, our show is the Eager Beaver. Come on, Beaver Box. Come on. It's a beaver in a box. I'm your host, the Eager Beaver. Pronouns he, him.
It is a song, by the way.
Pardon? What?
That was a song.
Yeah, Saturday.
Actually, the song was "It's a Box in a Box."
It's a box in a box, really?
Yeah, to counter the Dick in the Box song.
It's a box in a box. I'm your host, the Eager
I'm
Beaver,
just,
pronouns he, him, hey, Mr. Beaver Ray, and with me, as always, is my dear friend, Mr. Grizzly. Of course, a big thank you goes to our podcast's founding sponsors, the Pepper Master, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, and CanadianTarot.com. You know what? We've been doing this almost 3 years. Well, oh, how lovely.
it's scented.
Is
But this is from Jen
I was
Waddell, by the way.
just about to ask that.
I didn't clear with Jen whether or not I should read the notes, so I won't do it.
She told me
I won't do it
from
on
my
the air.
box that I should.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
okay. I didn't know if I should or not, so because I haven't gotten her permission to do so.
Okay.
So I'll read it to myself quickly here. Well, okay, cool. So let's see here. Keep going, sir.
Oh, well, no. Show and tell.
Hang on a sec here.
This is the romper room, man. We do the magic.
polka
Show and tell.
dot tissue paper, which is
Ooh.
kind of cool.
Get Saucy says Jen sends the best gifts. That is so true. Oh,
This is awesome.
give us this day our daily meds.
I'm like, okay.
And the pill
that
is half
really
red and
good.
half blue.
Yes, yeah.
So that way you don't have to choose. Kit Mohan says, Mateo says, good morning. Kit Mateo says, good morning. Well, good morning to you as well, young man. How are you doing today? It's so nice to hear from you.
Okay, it says, this I can read. It says, I know you already have a signature scent, but this one's nice and oody too. Oud is a wood. And anyway, this is called Breath of God.
Ooh.
I really like that title. Oh, yes.
Oh, hey.
It's very oody.
Since we got them going on, you got the Breath of God. I got a little Lord of Misrule. So let's just
Jen, this will be my second signature.
a little on the wrist there. And now smell gorgeous.
Oh my goodness, there's a whole Oh, well, Jen, this is okay, this is just spectacular.
The mellow coffee roasted torrefactor gentleman. The bean is called Gentleman. The Gentleman bean.
Gentleman, 100% Brazil, natural bourbon and typica, dark roast.
Ooh.
Oh, this will be my next pot of coffee.
Oh, you just made a very happy Grizzly.
I like the tigers. Thank you, Jen. That was lovely. So very kind of you, and not necessary. Believe me. Thank you. The notes. Yeah, it's personal, and I take it to heart. So thank you.
We literally have the best audience in podcasting.
Oh yeah,
we have to.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
it's just
like this is I've done nothing to deserve
so much love. Oh my God, you people, you're just wonderful and delightful. Thank you. Okay. I was just saying, when I'm thanking our sponsors, we've been doing this for like a little bit over 2 years, and for some reason I still need to look. It's like I know who they are.
You got to start remembering.
I said there, just make sure I got them all. Yeah, okay.
Nice. And to respond to you, Tavi G, it is a Brazilian.
Oh. We have a Wednesday morning nibble for you, and we have a hard out at 8:15 because another fellow podcaster from our network has booked some space.
Has the slot.
Has the slot. Yeah, exactly, because they're doing something they had a wonderful opportunity. So we are more than happy to make sure that they get to follow up on that. But we do have a show for you. But before we do anything, and maybe the answer to the question is different now than it would have been before he opened the box, because this was a box you look into. Mr. Grizzly, how's your mental health today? Well, yesterday we made the don't look in the box joke. Today we're making the look in the box joke.
Look in the box. Yeah. No. I get it. Yeah, I think I'm good today. Yesterday well, as you
Yeah.
know, I
Scrunkly.
got like a yeah, scronkly. I was very scronkly, and then I ran Bridget home after the show, and then it took me forever to get back here because construction and oh yeah, it was rush hour.
Mm.
And construction, if anybody's ever been to Canada's capital city in the summertime, you would recognize that much like Montreal, we kind of have two seasons. We have winter and construction. And that's what's going on. There's just copious amounts of construction in this city right now. So getting around is difficult. So by the time I got home, it was a little bit later than I planned. So I had hit a Rotten Ronnie's drive-through, and when I got home, I
Ronnie's.
had a well, I don't want to say the name of the corporation, and they're not sponsoring us, so they don't get a shout out. So I hit the drive-through, I got home, and I'm actually drinking one of their coffees right now. Had a bite to eat, and then sat down on the couch for a couple of minutes before we were ready to restart because we have some recording to do.
Mhm.
And I got hit with a migraine from hell.
Mhm.
So much so that I immediately went online, and you know how you go on Amazon and you can put stuff in your cart and save for later.
Mhm.
Because it's like I don't need to spend the money on that particular item right now. That's something I'll consider for the future. I don't need it today. Well, I ordered it right away, and it's for migraines. It's like a friend of mine recommended it to me. Holly, remember Holly?
Oh, yes,
We
yes,
had
yes.
her on the show. She recommended it to me because she gets migraines frequently. It just goes around your head. It looks like a bandana,
Mhm.
but it's you throw it in the freezer. When you pull it out, put it on, it cools your head. It helps with migraines. And
Yes.
she said it does a tremendous amount of good. So I said, what the hell? I put it in the cart, and then it was like something else. I needed to order something else. So I was like, yeah, okay, let's leave that till later.
Mm.
So anyway, I ordered it yesterday. It'll be here tomorrow. So
Yeah, I think I remember
hopefully,
reading somewhere that it was migraines often have to do with I don't know if it's capillaries, but not just
yeah,
inflamed. So yeah, when you put the ice down, if you can reduce
it
those,
helps.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh, that's really great. That's really
yeah.
great.
Oh, and I have something for you here too, sir.
Oh, oh,
Yeah. Uh, oh, it's right here. Just a sec.
oh.
Yeah, I'm in my underwear. It's a new. I got you a new mic arm. Mic boom
Okay.
arm.
Okay.
Go.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I ordered this a little while ago. It's because the one you have is struggling to keep up that mic.
Yeah, it's if you can't see it, but it's actually tilted this way.
Yeah, like it doesn't. Well, that one was good when we first started, but the mic that you have now weighs like I think it's like 1.5 kilos or something like that. And then we add in the mic wrap, and it's keep adding weight to it. So I'm like, well, tell you what we'll do is I'm not going to mail this to you
No,
because
no.
that'll cost too damn much money
But I
the
think
next time you're here.
I'll be yeah. I think Saturday the 22nd.
I won't be
You
here.
won't be here. Okay, so
No, I'll be in
so
probably Newfoundland or Nova Scotia or somewhere. I'm not even sure where yet. That my plans are up in the air right now. But
okay.
yeah, we'll get this to you. So and I'm going to get I'll take that old one back from you because I've got plans for that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Perfect. All right,
Yeah.
we'll make that happen. All right. In the news. Well, as the little description you put on, kids need to understand that
Mm-hmm.
when Mr. Grizzly writes the little description at the beginning because he sets everything up, and then I come in and then we talk about what we talk about, and it doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily always match.
Doesn't necessarily correspond.
And then I write a description afterwards, and
Mm,
so that's why if you're on your
that's fine.
YouTube site, if you're on the live, if you go to the live tab, you see the updated one once
Mhm.
it's put there. But or is it the video one that has the? I'm not sure what, but
They both get it. I update
yeah,
both of
they
them.
change. So you'll see that
Yeah.
they change. But if you're on our, for example, our Facebook page or anything that has Restream, that thing, that description that Mr. Grizzly puts up there, that stays there,
Yeah.
right?
That stays there.
So, and I'm looking at it this morning because you told me I need to start reading this. And it says heterophobia isn't a thing. And you know what? I might not have to change the title
Yeah, I
for
think
the
so.
first
That's
time.
pretty solid, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty
No, but
solid.
for the first time because, wow.
Well,
Just
it all has to go back to this, right?
it all has to
Whoops.
go back to that. That's
And and
really
and
exactly it.
and we need. I'm going to read this for those of you who are listening to the audio only version. This is from John Shuchuk at John
Yeah.
Shuchuk on the Twitter. Good God, this was a staged photo in a restricted area. The guy wearing that shirt was invited into Pierre Poliver's secure zone to pose with him. The full photo tells the story. You can see Poliver's security barring someone from access. Not an accident.
And the bales of
Tell
hay
the
behind
truth.
them to create the
Yeah,
barrier, to make it a restricted
exactly.
area.
Yeah. I didn't read the shirt. You invited him in, you fucking liar.
Mm-hmm. Because the picture that we saw got cropped on the side of Poliver.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't see the security guy. And the bales of hay just look like bales of hay that would have been there. And so, yeah, let's use this as a backdrop.
Stampede, sure. Yeah, yeah.
But no, it's this little semicircle, the stand and pose area that they created.
The guy is such a shit gibbon. Such a shit gibbon.
I know. So,
Makes me think of this, right?
exactly. Yeah, you're going exactly. It's for the people listening at home. It's Stephen Harper and Joe Oliver. So I'm guessing that this is an old one that has resurfaced. It's cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
We're holding lipsticks, and they've put lipstick on a pig, and it says, "Mr. Grizzly."
All done, Pierre. Your new image looks great.
I'm guessing that's a new caption.
Is that Joe Oliver or Preston Manning?
Joe Oliver.
It is? Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think it's just a new caption from
an old one.
You know.
Yeah, because we haven't heard from Joe. Well, every now and then Oily Joe pops up, but
Well, okay, so that I've got two quick graphics for you.
Whoa. Let's stay on this subject though.
Oh, it's on the subject.
It's about Pierre though?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm staying on the subject. Two graphics. And it comes down to this, right? Because he tried to tell us, well, I didn't read the shirt, I didn't know, and we don't support it. But he's not made an official statement about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's where it goes. It's like this. Saddest part of Forrest Gump is when he realizes he has a child and he asks Jenny whether he is smart. Gump is shown as simple for the entire movie, but here you realize that he knows how slow he is, and it's an amazing contrast to Twitter, where most of you remain clueless.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, that the follow-up to that is Descartes when he finds out that people who don't think also exist.
That's the same look when a gay person meets his first unfabulous gay person. Same
Yes,
damn look.
yeah. For those listening, it is Descartes with googly eyes, shocked out of his mind. And what I'm getting to with that is Pierre is relying upon people online being stupid enough to believe his shallow, empty pseudo statement that has come from his people, not from him.
And speaking of those people, thank you for the segue. Yesterday, we had the person saying, well, if wearing a straight pied shirt is homophobic, then wearing a rainbow shirt is heterophobic, right? Because the gay minority has like 2,000 years plus of history of oppressing the heterosexual majority.
Yes.
All around the world.
Yeah.
Right? Like this is not local, right? Yeah. So then, well, you get some really, really, really stupid stuff because we were talking about the paradox of intolerance yesterday. Well, this person comes up and we're not showing you these in the sense that, oh, this person on Twitter said then to me and then come and listen to our Twitter war.
No.
Right?
No, that's not. No.
These are coordinated attacks, right? These are the standard set plays, media lines, and then they get put out there and then the minions play at them. So like, for example, there was another person out there. Yes. Well, let's go this one here. First one here. Silly. The answer to this isn't more intolerance. This is from someone who, right, probably shares the belief that I should have fewer rights than they do, or that I should not exist. Right? You engage and discuss and find middle ground. You don't use Popper to justify becoming the very intolerant asshat that he is learning about here. Derp. Okay. Speaking of derp, and speaking of silly.
This sailed right over this chowder's head.
No. Again, these people pretend they don't understand, because there's nothing that a Nazi hates more than being called a Nazi, just like there's nothing a racist hates more than being called a racist. Right? They always react. Right? So, here's the thing. You engage and discuss and find middle ground. The discussion being proposed is, I believe you should not have the same rights as me. In fact, I'm not even sure if I believe whether or not you should exist. Well, I think I do. Let's find some middle ground.
There's no middle ground to be had there. There's no middle ground to be had there.
Derp. Speaking of derp,
Exactly.
there it is, right there. It's like, and seriously, you think I deserve less rights than you, or maybe I should not exist? Why would I let you within 20 centimeters of me to actually have a conversation? Why would I let you get within like choking distance? You don't think I should exist? What discussion is there to be had? What middle
when
ground?
When the other side doesn't want you to exist, there's no both sides to this. One side is wrong, one side is right. Period. There's no middle ground. There's no middle ground.
It's like
there's nothing to discuss here.
It's like
they don't seem to get that.
I know.
And they call me intolerant for pointing out their intolerance.
I don't think you should have the same rights as me, or I don't even think you should exist, actually is not a valid opinion. Is that not obvious to you? Are you okay? What if I said that about you?
Right.
You know what? There are just too many heterosexuals. There's too many. I mean, once they make us, what use are they?
Yeah.
What do we need them for after they've made us? And now we've got in vitro. Do we really need them? Hey, it's just a different view. Why aren't you accepting of my different view?
Well, this is when they go, heterophobia. It's not a thing. I have never in my life had my life threatened or my existence threatened. I forgot to change my name.
Hello, Ricky. Okay, no squirrel moment.
That's because I'm straight. Nobody's ever threatened me for that.
Yep. So it's like
nobody's ever threatened my life, like my livelihood, my mere existence, because I am a heterosexual man.
Like, I just like imagine it's like you're just walking out there. It's, oh, hello. Technology has made you obsolete. Now we're taking over. You okay with that? Well, come in. Let's have some brunch and discuss it. We'll try to find some middle ground.
Yeah, we'll find some middle ground.
Derp. Seriously. Sometimes you just.
But I'm the snowflake, right? I'm the snowflake in all of this.
Yeah. It's like we have, yes, because we have cameras and media, you see it for a whole month. In fact, you see it for a full summer because there are plenty of places in the United States where they have their prides in September. Why not? Because it's just too damn hot to have them in June. So, but it's like in every community, like we said, we get one day, and you can't handle it. You swell up and fall apart. If you want a frickin' straight pride day, get off your lazy ass and build yourself one. I mean, we're going to point and laugh while you do it, but there's nothing constitutionally that says you can't. Hold your little straight pride day. We are literally indifferent.
I remember there was a film I was watching a couple of years ago. I can't remember what it was. And there was a scene in the film where there's a bunch of guys sitting around a bar in Manhattan. And a homophobe was sitting there babbling on because there was a table of gentlemen next to him, and he gets up and he walks over and he goes, "You guys make me sick. They should make an island and put you all on it." And the guy looks at him and goes, "Oh, honey, they did.
Fire up
You're on it. It's called Manhattan."
Manhattan.
Like,
It's like, have you not noticed you're in our house? Have you not seen the decor?
like the lack of self-awareness amongst these idiots. And I mean, that's a line from a movie, but it's like no different than this chowderhead at Calgary Stampede jumping in with Skippy and his beard. And, I mean, come on. Come on.
Man, jeez. And then, you showed the comms guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not the comms guy, the security guy, because we had the full picture.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wait. There's
Oh,
more.
there's more. There's always more.
There's always more. Again, from our friend Nate at the Breakdown, Alberta. UCP, I guess I should make that a little bit.
A little bigger. Yeah. A little bit bigger.
UCP comm staff. If only posing with Smith, it's cool. I brought one. It's a long shot of a guy with a bright neon green t-shirt, very blendy indie, very blendy indie, as we showed you yesterday, marching with a literally 20-foot pole with two signs, one with resistance with lots of black fists on a red background with yellow stripes, and updated Fuck Trudeau flag, because apparently this guy's into threesomes. It says Fuck Trudeau and sing.
So he wants a three-way.
Now I will completely roller skate past the irony of a man asking you to thank him for your existence, because apparently only straight people make children. No gay person in the history of humanity ever has sired a child. Ever. But apparently, he's wearing this, clearly, I am a cisgender, allegedly, heterosexual male.
Allegedly.
Come on. If you're working that corner that hard, sister, just taste the rainbow already. Walking with that sign, expressing desire to fuck with not one but two men. While
is that a devil's triangle?
Saying how straight he is. Yeah, devil's triangle. While saying how straight he is. And of course, all of this is because he cares about the children to whom he's exposing that fuck Trudeau and saying sign. Because the children really love that. And the children asked you to do that in their name. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Right?
Mystic Al's comment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fuck Trudeau and fists. Wonder what that guy is thinking. There is so much subliminal. Freud would have a fucking field day.
Oh, yeah. To answer your question,
but now it's sort of like
it is.
Pardon?
That's the same guy.
Yeah, oh, yeah, the same guy. Well, I mean, unless like a whole bunch of people went and bought shirts like that.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm saying. So it's like, gee, how did he get into the security area? Oh, well.
He was invited in.
Well, gee, that's almost like a campaign. Right? So now we're in a situation, right, where this guy says, well, because both of them said, well, you know, I didn't read the T-shirt. right? I met with all these people all the time, and it just kind of happens. So well, I mean, you know, Mr. Grizzly. Oh, I gee gee oh yeah, remember this one?
Yeah. For
That's not
those of
from
you
this. That was
who can't,
pre-makeover.
yeah, that's pre-makeover. This is from last year's Stampede. For those of you who cannot quite read what it says on the orange shirt that the gentleman with the black cowboy hat's wearing,
Mhm.
yeah, it says F. Trudeau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Enos and Boss Hogg from the Flukes of Gizzard
Yeah.
in Anti-Woke-Back Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Yet another T-shirt he did not read. Production.
And well, to counter that, and how politicians do read the T-shirt and take note, here's one from our friend JB.
Thank you.
Right here on the screen. It says, I'll just leave this here. Let me just blow it up a little bit so it's easier to read. There's 200%. I'll just leave this here. When I took this photo with Jagmeet Singh at Toronto Pride this year, the first thing he said to me was, I love your shirt, meaning he saw it, acknowledged the message behind it, and smiled. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
they do read this. They can see
Of course
it.
they read it. And on the other side of the ledger, Mr. Nenshi. I mean, I tried not to take pics with people in Oilers sweaters or Riders jerseys.
God, I love that, man.
So now, apparently, we have a situation because we like to take this thing, right, and not treat it in isolation, but, mix it in to the overall global picture. Canadians, kids, cubbies, and potentially hate watching conservative or PPC voters.
Please
Right
hate
now,
watch us.
right now. Oh, and that thing you did with that guy that said that,
You like that?
on Twitter, he was really going off. Hey, subscribe, watch us. He said your show sucks and, and all that kind of stuff.
Leftist garbage. I'm like, well, thanks for watching. We really appreciate that you took time out of your day, and please subscribe and share and hate watch with all your friends.
Yes, exactly. The perfect answer. So
That
we have
wasn't
a
my initial
situation.
response, by the way. My initial response was to tell him to, things I've gotten kicked off Twitter before. So I took a sober second thought and decided to go the nice route instead.
My God, you could be a senator. Stick with me, baby. You're going places.
Well, I hope so.
I'll do your publicity. Grizzly for Senate. Here's the thing. We if it's this day our daily meds. Okay, we have the foreign election interference file, where there was information that, according to Jody Thomas, wasn't so much that it wasn't circulating well within the intelligence apparatus; it's how it moves from there out where the problem is. But we can't believe that nobody really knew about Michael Chong, even though the RCMP came out and said that even they didn't know. We can't believe that you didn't know about Bernardo, even though there's really been no reason for anybody to know except like the day before, because there's nothing they can do to change it. So basically, when you get a situation like that, you just get your media lines, you learn them, and you say them on the day. And I mean, these people are going really busy. They're going to a whole bunch of things. Somebody briefs them on that. They say, okay, today you got this, this, this. Say, oh, nobody goes, Bernardo, how come you didn't tell me 3 months ago? It's because there's nothing you could have done. So it's just an issue you need to manage. Period.
Exactly.
Here's your lines. Go. He can't believe all this stuff. But we're supposed to believe he didn't read the T-shirt.
Yeah. It's a reach.
You're doing a lot of work, baby. You're doing a lot of work. I mean, but this is the proposition. Don't believe that there's no way Trudeau couldn't know about this and that Mendocino couldn't know about this and all this, I guess, but believe that a person that I'm standing right in front of, to whom I'm having a conversation, will have all this staff around me.
Invited him into my secure zone for a photo op.
Exactly. In the case of Pierre, in the case of Danielle, I don't think that was the case. I think that was an open public. But and then believe me when I say that I and anybody on my team around me, including the photographer, did not see that.
Yeah. Come on.
Don't
Come
pee on
on.
my leg. Do not pee on my leg. You know what? That three thing. I think the glass is half empty, the glass is half full. I think this is piss.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, gee, it's a little moist. Gee, it's wet. This is you're peeing on my leg again. It's like, I don't. They keep doing this because they know it is the set standard operation. It's the basic play that they need to do to get through that nanosecond. Ooh. Okay. To get through that nanosecond.
I'll be back.
Okay. Oh my. To people listening, I'm getting the impression that Mr. Grizzly might have gotten some sudden and unexpected bad news. Okay. We'll leave him the space to do that respectfully, and we'll just move on the show. Probably won't be able to show you any assets while he's away, but yeah. Whoa, sorry, that was a little unexpected. Okay. Yes. So we have a situation where our intelligence is being insulted repeatedly, and they're asking us to believe situations that are not credible, and they're doing terrible things like making the that bit of feces in a batch of cookies comment during the course of the election, or this type of stuff. And they just go, oh, well, I didn't see the t-shirt, but I support this, or I don't agree with the message. And the media accepts it, and the opposition seems to accept it. And people just seem to move on. And there's literally no real consequence or accountability. They do this because they know that all they have to do is say, oh, well, I didn't see the t-shirt. Oh, I take pictures with hundreds of people. And it goes away. But we allow it. We allow it. We see it happen. We get mad here, but we don't do anything about it, do we? Do we call the media and tell them, no, don't drop it? Do we show up at the constituency office? Do we flood their emails? Do we send tons of letters? Do we make their phones ring so much that they can't do any other business? At some point, we got to do stuff. At some point, we got to do stuff. That's why I say democracy is something that you do. 5, 6 letters can be enough. Picking up that phone and asking, I would like a meeting with my MP, my MPP, my MLA. I want to discuss this. I want to discuss your job security. You're doing things in my name on my dime to people I love, and I'm not good with that. You're paying for them to treat us this way. If you do not want your money spent that way, you don't think that's a good use of your tax dollars, Do something about it. You have to make it hurt. You have to make it not profitable in whatever way they profit to do this anymore. We have to make bigots uncomfortable again.
Yeah.
We have to make them so uncomfortable that all they do is think it. Because they know it's not going to go well if they actually say it. There was a time not that long ago where we kind of agreed on that. They were ashamed to come out. But now we got the internet and they can find each other. And they tell each other that they're the ones that are right and we're the ones that are wrong. They found each other. We have to do something different than that which we've been doing. Because clearly it's not enough. They're not ashamed. And they're not uncomfortable.
Mm.
And they're not ashamed and they're not uncomfortable because right now we have two political factions for which we are paying. Lots of tax dollars go to support both the PPC and the CPC and the provincial counterparts, the UCP and the Saskatchewan Party, and now the Progressive Conservative Party of New Brunswick. Those are the three leading the charge against people like me. They must be stopped, and they need to be told in no uncertain terms by as many people as humanly possible in this country that this ain't it. Every single time, no exceptions, without fail. It's the only way. The only way this shit stops is if we make it shittier for them to do it than not.
Yeah.
It's the only way. And that means doing something. Picking up a phone, writing a letter, showing up. Asking for a meeting. Trust me, if the phone is ringing off the hook that they can't do any other business at the constituency office,
they might pay attention.
If so many emails come in that their server can't handle it, take a lesson from the kids from TikTok who screwed up a Trump rally. Power's in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And there are more of us. There's 40 million of us. There are 40 million of us. There's only 338 MPs.
And they're supposed to represent all 40 million of us. Even the ones we don't vote for, they still represent us, right?
We can keep them. We can keep them busy. There are more of us. All we have to do is row in the same direction together at the same time. This is not acceptable. This behavior is not acceptable. And as I said after the Alberta election on our show, I was talking to Nate, at some point, you got to slam your hand on the table and go, not on my watch.
Yeah.
You are out of order.
It's because they've been allowed to get away with it for so long, and media is not doing their job.
No.
That's why we do this, because it's been negligent of performing their duties and asking the questions Are they so afraid that if they ask the tough question, they're like, well, they'll ban me from it? Yeah, too bad. They can't ban you. If you're a credentialed, legitimate journalist asking a legitimate question. So I'm not talking about that little shit Nazi Caillou Kian Bext. He's not a journalist. And he only asks provocative questions. Most of the time, he's trying to lead his own personal narrative. If journalists give a shit and if they're worth their salt, they will actually ask the questions and keep hitting them over the head until they get an answer. And not, well, it's not the answer you want, but it's the answer I'm giving you. No, you don't get to lie to the Canadian people. The people who pay you to be there, even the ones who didn't vote for you, are still paying for you to be there. You don't get to lie to us. We ask you a question, you give us a direct answer. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Yeah. In other news, if you're living in Alberta, this is a thread. I'm going to put a link here in the chat, and you should really look at it. It comes via Twitter feed called YYC Cowboy. I found it on Nate's thing as well, the breakdown. He cited it. It is a list of how bad things are in hospitals in Alberta at the moment. AHS ICU numbers were updated today. Currently 166 admitted into ICU beds, with open beds 57 remaining. Hold on tight, folks. This is going to be one hell of a really bad news thread tonight. And then he goes on to list all the emergency departments and regional hospital closures that are in effect.
Holy
and Mr.
crap.
Grizzly, if you would
This is a
show
long
it.
list.
Yeah.
This is a long list.
If you would put it up.
You want me to put the link up?
No, the link up into the chat, but also the visual, just so the kids can see. Okay, this is the first tweet.
It goes on. Yeah.
It just goes on.
And you know what this is for? You know why this is happening? They cut social programs, cut healthcare, cut the public system right to the bone, make it so that it fails, so that, guess what? A private sector solution can come in and rescue us.
Yeah. Rocky View Hospital, Canmore, Consort Hospital, Boyle's Acute Care Department, Swan Hills Emergency Department, OB Services in Laclabiche, Westlock, Whitecourt, Barhead Surgical Unit, Sundries Hospital,
We
Tabor
warned
Hospital,
people this would happen.
Fort
We
Saskatchewan
warned
Hospital.
people. I keep telling people this is happening right now, and they're like, we're fine. Daniel's going to get us through this, and oil is going to. What if oil drops? Then what?
The OB unit at St. Paul's, Alberta, Edson Hospital, high-risk cases in surgical, and those requiring epidurals. Slave Lake Hospital, Rocky Mountain House, Fort McMurray Northern Lights Regional Hospital, the Town of Coronation's Emergency Department, Ponoka Emergency Department. And while all this is going on, she's riding around town in a cowboy hat, taking pictures with straight pride wearing
T-shirt wearing idiots. Fort Saskatchewan Hospital closed its OB unit on July 7th.
Yep. It's all freaking hands on deck.
Mm-hmm.
And she is cavorting around town, taking pictures with people wearing straight pride shirts to throw red meat to the base while telling people she didn't read the shirt. Are you fucking kidding me? Let's talk about your priorities, sister. You got the wrong ones. between providing health care to your people, which you are constitutionally mandated to do, and taking time out of your day to find a way to target people like me for hate, you picked the wrong option. What is wrong with you? Who raised you?
Did you grow up in a house with lead paint?
Seriously. I can't.
If you vote conservative, you are voting against your own best interest because these people are not progressive. They're regressive. They're Christo-fascists. They want a religious state.
These are the same people that lose their minds when the prime minister goes out of town when there's something going on here.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what the last one was. The prime minister went pee-pee. He went, oh my God, you really need to ground that plane or whatever. It's like, your province is burning. Their OB services throughout the province
are shut down.
Not happening. ER departments are closing. Things are being diverted.
To address the comment,
and you're eating corn on the cob at the Stampede.
Yeah. To address the comment on screen, it's from Saucy Sea Witch. This is what happens when people refuse to vote strategically and only stick to a party color, which brings us back to the story that Nate told us on how he was in a diner. And there was a father and son sitting across the table, and he said to the father, "Who do you plan on voting for?" Knowing full well that his son is an out gay man, he says, "Well, I'm going to vote conservative. I've always voted conservative." And he's like, "But Dad, these people don't want me to exist. But I've always voted conservative." You're voting against your son. You're voting for a party that doesn't want your son to exist. And if you think I'm lying when I say that they don't want you to exist, we have the evidence. We have the photographs. Case in point. Right here.
They're all smiles, too.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
I tell you, man.
That's me all the time. Exasperation. All the damn time. It's just too much some days, man. And I just got some shit news that I'm very angry about, and I can't talk about it on the air.
That's right. That's right.
But I'll talk to you about it afterwards.
Okay. So, I did not read the t-shirt. Did not know who Diagolon Guy was, allegedly. Despite the fact that he had been arrested and charged, and he got tons of free press for it, and there's a media monitoring unit.
He gets a security briefing every day.
He did not know how MGTOW got onto his account.
After it was there for 5 years.
But has no idea how it got there. Mm-hmm. And he didn't read the t-shirt. Even though there's a security staff and it was in a security area built just for him and her. Mm-hmm. Blocked off by bales of hay. But it's unbelievable that the government found out late about Bernardo Chang'er interference. That's the conservative line. That's the shit sandwich they're feeding you. And they're telling you to go.
It's exasperating, man.
This is beyond exasperating. This is just. I mean,
these are hateful people. They're hateful, angry people. And if they ever achieve power, they will destroy this country. Harper was the king of incrementalism. Skippy, no, he doesn't believe in incrementalism.
Move fast and break things.
Yeah. Which is fine in a pandemic when you're trying to save lives, but he didn't even want to do that. We're conservatives. We don't believe in these big government programs. How many people have come out on both sides of the aisle and defended and praised CERB and CEWS and loans that were given to people to keep their businesses afloat during a time when we had to stop the world? But we're conservatives. We don't believe in these big government spending programs. We got to wrap up, bud.
All right.
We got to
wrap up.
free up
So
the network.
just some quick tidbits here. Today is the day that Mayor Olivia Chow will be sworn in. Oh, yeah. And that's, I don't know if we won't be able to talk about this one long. But Michael Barrett.
Yeah, I have it right here.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right. This guy put this up at one point the other day. While Justin Trudeau dithers and delays, pro-Beijing actors continue to interfere in our democracy. Pro-Beijing group claims credit for helping Olivia Chow win Toronto, which is a National Post article. And there's an image of Olivia Chow being photographed with two other people who I assume are also of Chinese background, if not Asian, who took a selfie with her, I guess because she went out in public. I believe she went to a TTC station after she won to thank the people of Toronto for voting for her. So clearly, Michael Barrett is the appointed Red Scare guy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, for the Conservative Party of Canada. And it seems that they've learned nothing because the autopsy of the election that they lost with O'Toole was that Chinese Canadians felt that they were anti-Chinese and not anti-communist party of China. This is really going to help. Well, this guy took a lot of heat because he took that down. Now, of course, as you saw, the internet's forever. We had screen capped it too. So regularly we'll be, whenever he's got something to say, we'll be posting that back because clearly he thought that was a good look.
I'm just going to retweet it right now. Yeah.
Yeah. According to the National Weather Service in the United States, when we're talking about this heat wave, it is really bad. Parts of Arizona could hit 49 degrees Celsius today, and Death Valley will hit 54. In the city of El Paso, Texas, this is day 27 of temperatures above 38 degrees Celsius. The World Meteorological Organization says that preliminary data for last week, it was the hottest one on the planet on record. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Lots of stuff going on. Of course, there's still the NATO meeting going on. And, the last little tidbit that you need to know. Canada's Labour Minister says that he's giving federal mediators 24 hours to come up with the terms of a possible deal for the BC port strike. The premiers of Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Ontario, the Three Stooges, are calling on Ottawa to do something. Seamus O'Regan Jr., the Minister of Labour, says that the positions of both parties are not that far apart to justify prolonging the protest. So
Thanks again, Jen.
Yeah. So there you go. Those are the things you need to know. The AFN is having their annual Grand National Assembly. We'll talk about more of that tomorrow. But kids, for now, that's the end of this episode of the Eager Beaver Daily Morning Podcast. We hope that you loved listening to us because we loved making this for you. Little heavier today. Little heavier.
It happens.
But, sometimes we like to joke and have fun, but sometimes, we have to be. There's the message. Oh, and Jen has arrived. So, yes. Coffee. It's cheaper than a defense attorney. Indeed. Remember that sharing is caring and word of mouth is priceless. So please let your peeps know about us because democracy is something that you do. You know what to do. I've already said it. Right?
Coffee.
If you really like this podcast, you can find us on the Crier Media Network as well as all Beaver Grizzly friendly platforms. Stars and reviews are appreciated. We love you. And we love it when you love us. We love to hear from you. Reach us on our Facebook at True North Eager Beaver, our Twitter feed at True Eager, or by email at truenortheagerbeaver@gmail.com. And you could subscribe to us via our pod page. That's podpage.com, the True North Eager Beaver, all in lowercase letters with a hyphen between each one of those words. Why not also subscribe to our True North Eager Beaver Media Incorporated YouTube channel? That helps us out big time. Yes. Make like Kit Elaine and smash those buttons, please.
Please.
We can't do this without your kind and generous support. So if you feel that we've done a particularly good show for you today, well, if you're watching, if you scan that little QR code that Mr. Grizzly just put up, that will bring you to our emergency hydration fund, where our very, very good friends, Cafe au lait, hot chocolat, everybody, good people, help us put this show together. And if you're listening, then you let your fingers do the walking or use your voice prompt to go to coffee, ko-fi.com/eagerbeaver, lowercase letters, all in one word. And that's where you can make your donation to make sure that, well, this remains nice and, humid. I won't say the M word.
Moist.
From moist. From the Beaver Lodge. This moist is only good when you speak about cake. And maybe one other thing, if you when we're talking about Mr. Grizzly's, one of Mr. Grizzly's favorite things. From the Beaver Lodge, this is your Eager Beaver saying, until next time, dear kids, it could be a tough world out there. So please be kind to and gentle with yourself. Mr. Grizzly, words of wisdom, please.
Deep breaths today to try and calm yourself. I'm speaking solely about myself right now because I'm very upset about something that I don't know what I'm going to do about it or if there's anything I can even do about it. And deep breaths.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, Mr. Grizzly, please roll them credits.
You are listening to a True North Eager Beaver Media Podcast. The True North Eager Beaver podcasts are proudly brought to you by our founding sponsors, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, your source for science fiction, fantasy, and cozy mysteries featuring a broad diversity of characters. CanadianTarot.com, your uniquely Canadian online eclectic tarot community and forum, and the Peppermaster, hot pepper sauces made from fresh farm ingredients to thrill your taste buds and expand your mind.
Guess who won a tennis match yesterday?
I'm assuming you did.
3 and 20, I think is my record.
Cool.
Have a great day, kids.
See ya.